Welcome to our channel. We are a full-time travelling family of 3 who have been on the road for over 2 years working as we go. We have ridden around mountains and climbed them, swum with seals and been chased by crocodiles, slipped through the mud and gone underground. We have stayed in sites with million-dollar views, found incredible pink lakes and taken the roads less travelled. Thanks for joining us on our journey. We are Trippin' Around Doz.
Alright guys, welcome to a new episode. Today we are going to be doing 10 awesome things for your caravanning trip that are between $50 and $100.
Yes.
So like best under 100 but like over 50. So we already did an under 50 video. If you haven't seen that, go and watch it. Like the last video, I'm just going to pop the prices in down the bottom of the screen because I'll look them up when I do the video. Anyway, yeah, so number 1 is our fruit basket.
Yes, it's very handy just to have fruit on display because Hudson, whenever he's hungry and we are outside or in bed or still asleep, like go grab an apple, go grab a pear, grab a banana.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can actually see it or not. It's hanging behind Dion. We'll put some video in.
Yeah.
But basically it's made out of some type of material. I think it's like crocheted, maybe. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
It is.
But I bought it off this lady. I think her business name is Hang Me Up, and you could pick whatever colour you wanted. We've had that now for probably 18 months.
Yeah, we got it just before we left.
And it's been great. We've had no issues with it. It holds a lot of fruit. And there were 2 types you could choose from. You could choose the hanging basket, which I got, or you could choose the hammock. And I chose the hanging basket just because I thought that it would keep fruit in a little bit better.
And saying that, I think the hammock might have been better because you can fit more in a hammock.
Yeah.
Whereas the hanging basket, because all sitting on top of each other, the bottom stuff either gets forgotten about or it gets squashed if you're on rough roads.
The second item on our list is our muck mat. So we have 2.
Yes, we do. One inside the door and one at the door.
Yeah. And both of them are worth it. When you stay somewhere and then you want to leave and you flick out your mat, the amount of crap that comes out of it is next level insane.
Yeah, the mat itself might weigh half a kilo, but some days when we leave the beach it weighs 5 to 10 kilos.
Yeah, like I can't lift it up sometimes, especially on a beach stay. So it is well worth it. It shakes out really easily.
Yeah.
And it stops a lot of crap getting into this van. So yeah, highly recommend it. We also don't have a floor mat for outside.
No.
Personal preference because they're large and they're another 5-6 kilos each.
Not only that, a lot of caravan parks don't let you use them because it kills the grass, and the other place you normally use them is on the beach, and if you have a decent wind blow it's covered with sand anyway.
Yeah, so we've opted not to have one. We've been on the road 2 years. There's been a handful of times I wish I had one.
Yeah.
But we've got a big 2 metre by 2 metre picnic blanket.
And I think a 1.8 by 1.8 or 1.5 little picnic rug that we take with us, and we just lay them out if we want to use them.
And it gives you enough space on the ground, but they compact down so much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, muck mats, add them to your list. Next one is for Dion, the soda stream.
Yes. So we've actually gone through 2 soda streams. We started off with the original soda stream where you screw the bottle in. That was good, except for when you travel, if you leave the bottle in, it'll actually start to break the housing and then the bottles leak and they're pointless then. So we've actually upgraded to the new soda stream with the clip-in bottles. And it's good for saving weight because you're not buying 2 to 10 2-litre bottles of Coke or cartons of Coke if you like to have alcohol and drink on the road. So we literally have the soda stream, a couple of flavours in the top cupboard which might equal a kilo between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then you literally just filling up water out of the sink, and that is your...
I think they're less sugary too.
That too. With the soda stream there's actually marks on it if you want it less sugar, normal, extra sugar, like.
Yeah.
But it's still less sugar than you get in a can of Coke for a 1 litre bottle of soda stream.
And it means you're not up the beach having cocktails or whatnot and then realising you've run out of lemonade. You just make more.
That's it.
So it's very handy. We seem to have ants in our van. Not great.
No, we're parked over an ant's nest.
All right, next thing on our list is the Bluetooth receiver. I feel like we've
Yes.
spoken about this before.
Yeah, I think we did about a year ago when we talked about the Fire Stick and everything.
Yeah.
It is a very handy thing to have if you have a partner or children that like to go to sleep early and you like to stay up late watching TV.
Yes.
It's literally just a little Bluetooth 3.5mm jack that goes into your TV headphone socket. And if you've got wireless headphones, you can sit anywhere in the van, listen to the TV as loud as you like, and you're not going to wake anyone up.
Yeah, that's the problem with the van. You don't have a lounge room that someone can stay up and watch TV in. It's a very small space. This whole van is probably smaller than what our lounge room was in our house.
Yes.
So, yeah, Dion frequently stays up till 2 a.m. He doesn't sleep a lot, whereas I need my 8 to 10 hours a night. So
4 hours of sleep is probably about the most I get most nights.
we also find that if Hudson is having a night where he doesn't really want to go to sleep, if we have the TV on, he stays up listening to the TV even if he can't see it.
Yes.
So to help him go to sleep faster, popping on those wireless headphones helps him get to sleep.
Yes, it does.
All right, next, fusion locks.
Fusion locks, yes. They are probably one of the best wall mounts you can get, or attachments, whatever you want to call them.
You've probably heard a lot about them. Everyone has them with caravans. I think they were originally made just for bathrooms.
They were.
But they stick really well in caravans so that you don't have to drill holes into your walls for shelving. So we've got them in the bathroom.
Yeah, originally,
Predominantly, don't we?
yeah,
Oh, and up behind the TV.
and the fans and the towels.
Yeah, we use a lot of the hooks.
Originally we were using the 3M hooks, but you need the really big bulky ones to try and hold anything that's of a decent weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we upgraded to the fusion locks, and
They just sort of hold everything on with suction. So they give you like a little syringy thing to suck it to the wall.
a plunger.
Plunger. Yeah, but we're super happy with the fusion lock. We haven't had any issues with them falling off the walls, breaking. I've heard a few horror stories about it rippling people's walls, but
Yeah.
we haven't experienced that, so I don't know if they've just maybe put it on a bit too tight. It says specifically when you put it on to only pump it 6 times.
That, or if you've got water damage roof or like any of your walls, the laminate can actually start to peel off. So that can also be a contributing factor.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully we haven't jinxed ourselves. But yeah, that is fusion lock. The next thing is a very new addition, and it is the curtain on Hudson's bed.
Yes.
So he's sort of getting to an age where he wants to be able to, like, you know, if he's upset or whatever, he wants to be able to close himself off into his room, or, you know, when it's nighttime, we have to have all the lights off, and he wants it to be super dark in his room to go to sleep now, where he never used to. So I went to Spotlight and bought a tension rod, one that was just extendable to the opening of his bunk, and I bought it's a thermal curtain. So
Kind of like a blackout curtain, but also holds heat in as
it
well.
holds heat, which, I mean, is great in winter for him, but I can't leave it shut overnight because it gets too hot.
Yeah.
But it just means that he can shut himself off at night time. He can go to sleep when it's really dark, and then before I go to bed, I just open it back up so he's got that, you know, the airflow. And I mean, some mornings we wake up and he's shut the curtain again because he's decided he wants it shut. But, you know, any other kid has a bedroom door and he doesn't, so now he kind of has a bedroom door.
Yes. I also find in the mornings, if he wakes up before us, he'll close the curtain, open his window, sit there and look outside, see what's happening in the world.
Yeah, just chills for a
Yeah.
bit.
But he's nice enough to close the window so it doesn't actually wake up with the bright light.
Yeah, so it's actually been such a great addition to the caravan. I really like it.
Yeah.
Because that was probably the one thing I was worried about with this design, was the fact that you couldn't use a concertina door.
Yes, because it's a very open plan van. You don't have the little narrow hallway where you got your bunks on one side and the bathroom on the other with a door across it.
Yeah.
This is just all open, and yeah,
And this fixes that problem, and no screws.
And
Anything, no screws.
Good thing is we can actually move the tension rod further out if we want to make his room bigger for him, so he can get out of his bunk and go play in the bottom bunk.
Yeah, that's it. But at the moment he likes it close to the bed. So
yeah, that way he can move while he's in bed.
Oh my god. No alarms tomorrow. Maybe an 8:30 alarm, but
Yeah, still feed the animal, so we've got to be up early. How about you go to bed before midnight? Oh wait, you can't because you got to finish a video tonight. If you don't know, Jess waits until the night before to actually do the videos. So she kind of brings it on herself. I know I got to get it done 3 in the morning. I don't want to go to bed.
I might even just do one of these short ones tonight. It'll take me 3 seconds
No.
to edit. Why not?
No, these are mine. You finish yours.
Meanie bum. Okay. You realise that's not going in the video.
If I'm editing it, it will be.
Now I have no control over the editing. Oh dear. Get ready for it all to change. Alright. Next on our list is the jump pack.
Yes.
So that has been so handy. You want to explain what it is and where we got it from?
So it is a 12 volt jump start pack for jump starting your car or vehicle or boat, whatever. We got it from J-Car. So J-Car do a lot of their own 12 volt batteries, and I had to get a high capacity jump start pack for the old Cruiser because it had a lithium battery in it. And this works perfectly fine on a lithium battery. I think we had it nearly almost 2 years before we actually had to use it on ourselves. We've actually used it on a lot of other people that have had flat batteries.
The amount of people, I don't think I could almost count on my fingers how many people we've jump started their cars for because they've been somewhere and their battery's gone flat. A lot of people in like little vans who are new and they've run their fans all night and just drained their batteries.
Or they've hired a wicked van or something and they have no idea what is actually capable.
Probably the most memorable one was, do you remember the lady at that free camp in South Australia?
Yes.
And you could see from a distance she was getting visibly flustered.
Frustrated.
We went over to see if she was okay, and she actually had a really important doctor's appointment, and she had a flat battery, and she was just stressing. And so we were like, oh, we'll just jump your car. And she was just so thankful because she could get to her doctor's appointment. So
yeah, she had her solar panel out trying to charge up the battery, but because she's in a van, she had the fridge running and this and that and everything else was still running off it, so it wasn't getting enough power just from the solar panel alone to top the battery up to start the car. So it was literally worth it just to help her out. It was.
But yeah, for under $100, worth it.
Definitely.
All right. Next up are my chopping boards.
Yes.
So these are one of my favorite kitchen items. So when you're looking at caravanning, Joseph & Joseph is a brand that they sell in Maya, and I believe they're now in Big W as well. And they just make a heap of really handy items. So my chopping boards, there's 2 of them, they're different sizes, and they're in a little holder that attaches to a wall. So I've got ours attached next to our stove, but I've seen a lot of people attach them to like the inside of their cupboards if they want them hidden. And they're just nice and light. In the other van we didn't have it, and trying to find somewhere for your chopping board to go is really hard in a caravan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm pretty sure they also make the drawer organisers too.
Yeah, actually, our drawer organizer. Well, there you go. There's another one. That'll be 11 now. Our cutlery organizer is also Joseph & Joseph, and that is brilliant. We've only got really skinny drawers. So if I used a normal cutlery tray, it would have used most of the space. But using this one has actually doubled the amount of space I have in that drawer.
Yes.
All right. The fridge water filter. So we actually got this from Costco. I think it was $60.
Yes.
I'll price check that. It's an 8-litre water jug because we go through a crazy amount of water and we all like it cold.
Yeah, originally we started with a little 2-litre jug and then we got the bigger 3-litre jug, and
they take up so much room.
They do, and they just do not last. Like, you fill it up, you almost need 2. You need one on rotation cooling down while you drink the other one.
Yeah, so I'm a bit particular about water. I like it to be filtered. Look at his face. He's just like, oh, here we go. But, okay, when you travel around Australia, and you probably know this when you go visit your friends and family, water tastes different in every town, depending on what filtration systems they're using.
Yeah, and just different dams have different flavour.
Yeah. So whenever we put water into our tanks, we put it through an inline filter. So everything in the tanks is filtered, but then it all goes through the filter in the fridge as well. So it's all double filtered, and all the water tastes the same no matter where we've gone.
Yes.
And touch wood, we've also never got sick from anything in the water. And we have used water all around the country.
Oh, yeah. I used to travel for work, and the amount of times I'd get to a new area, start drinking the water there, because that's all you get when you're working on site. And yeah, for the next day or two, you run into the toilet every couple of hours, and give it a week, you're good again. You're good for the next time you go there. Your body's used to that.
But yeah, we've had zero issues with water, so we might have just got real lucky. I mean, we don't put water that's not supposed to be drunk in our tanks.
We don't do non-portable water.
But we definitely don't go buy all our water. We just use normal taps, and yeah, it's fine. So highly, highly recommend that if you like cold filtered water.
Yes.
It's also a lot cheaper than buying those 10-litre jugs that are $4 from Woolies that everyone leaves thinking, I'll just buy these. When you get to places like Exmouth, they're $12, and 10 litres doesn't go very far. So
no, considering our little 8-litre jug we're filling up every 1 to 2 days.
All right. Our Bush Ranger bin bag.
Yes.
So we have this. We have 2 of these because they're so handy on the back of our car.
We started off with one, and it started off as our bin bag, and it became our recycling bag for all the cans, and we were trying to put in a couple of bags of rubbish. Didn't work. So we got the room there for another one, so we just went and bought another one.
Yeah, so one is for our rubbish. When you're off grid, when I left, I was like, you don't need a bin bag. Like, I don't understand. Like, you've got. But when you're off grid for a couple of weeks at a time, bin bags get stinky. And you get
a lot of rubbish.
Yeah, and you've got nowhere to put it except the car or inside the van, and it's just gross. So having a bag to put it on that's out of the way is really good.
Handy.
And the other bin bag, Hudson uses to collect cans, and he cashes them in for money, because a lot of places we go, there's nowhere to recycle your cans.
No.
So there's not even bins to chuck your cans into. So
that's it. And the money he gets from recycling the cans, he then goes to Kmart and buys new toys with.
And here's a hot tip: in WA, you can crush your cans. In Queensland, you can't. So
I think even in Northern Territory, you can squash them, not crush them.
Yeah. So in WA, it's so much easier with the cans.
Yeah. So originally in Queensland, would fit maximum 30 to 60 cans in. Over here, I think we've got close to 150 in a bag so far.
Yeah.
So lots
really
better.
Good.
Also, they're good for a wet bag. So when we go to the beach or I go spearfishing, I just throw the wet gear, the dive suit, fins, wet clothes, towels, sandy clothes, even the tyres off the tinny if they're still wet and sandy, I throw them in the bags.
So we're not getting it all through the car.
Yeah, it stays out of the car, stays out of the canopy.
Very handy. All right. And then we've got our soap dispenser. So in the Caravan shower, we've got one of those dispensers that are on the wall, and it does soap, it does shampoo, and it does conditioner. It's stuck on the wall with silicone. Mm-hmm. So it's not screwed in.
Silicone and double-sided tape.
Yeah, it has been there since we bought this van. It has done the gib, it has done the cape.
Yeah, it's got about 1.5 litres of liquid in it.
It's never fallen off the wall.
Yeah.
And it's so much better than having bottles of shampoo and stuff all over the floor all the time.
Yeah, and they just roll around when you're driving.
Yeah. So I think even if I had a house, I'd buy one, because honestly, it's just so convenient.
It is. And the good thing is silicone actually comes off rather easy. When you want it to come off, you peel it off.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend a soap dispenser. It just means you all have to use the same soap, which is a new thing for us because we normally have our own stuff. So now we buy stuff everyone wants.
Now I smell like strawberries.
He gets the girly soap, which he doesn't hate, just quietly.
No, I've actually gone towards a lot of smelly, like got the smelly beard soap and all the smelly ones now.
It's nice, whereas before you used to use all the boring man ones. Okay, then we've got, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 13.
14 if you include the cutlery drawer.
No, 14. Yeah, okay, so 14 things. I think we said, did we say 10 at the
Yeah,
beginning?
you said 10.
Alright guys, it's actually 14 things, not 10, sorry.
Jess can count.
Yeah. Alright, well water jug was on here twice, or did I just not cross water jug off?
You probably just didn't cross it off.
Oh no, water jug and water filter. Oh no, they are two different things. No, so we'll be 15. It's 15, sorry. Water jug is the water jug, water filter is the water filter.
Yeah, the external water filter.
So, although that should have been in the under $50 one. We can talk about the Bunnings ones. They're like $30. Okay, so the inline water filters. The one we have is only about $30 from Bunnings. It's the Stefani inline Caravan water filter. It's brilliant. I've seen other people use the same water as us, and ours has come out clearer using this filter.
In saying that, we have seen other Caravan filters, like the big double cartridge ones, which do an even better job again.
Yeah.
But
so
that's just more weight.
The reason it's in the $50 to $100 one is because if you're going to get a filter and you have the weight, we would recommend getting the double filter in the Stefani brand from Bunnings. They're only $99. And you can put is it a 5 and a 3 micron
You can go
filter?
down to a 1 micron.
Or is it a 3 and a 1? Anyway, you put two different size filters in it and it just does an even better job again.
Yes.
So that would be your choices. You can just get the inline one, which is not a drama. When we found out about the double ones, because the double ones are really expensive from Caravan shops, like super, super expensive.
Yeah, $200 to $300 from Caravan shop, or you can get the ones from Bunnings, and they do the same thing.
Yep.
Replaceable filters, and they're under $100.
So by the time we found out about the double filters, we were kind of heading out of all of the rural areas and all the bore water that you get up north.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we lasted this long on the cheap filter. But if we were to go back, I would get the double filter.
Yes.
Then we've got the Toppergy and the water counter.
Ah, yes, the Toppergy. So this one is very handy for if you have the standard water tanks where it's 100, 75, 50, 25 and 0%.
This is on your management system to show you how much water's in your tanks.
Yes, they are absolutely useless. You could be at 5 litres left and it will still read 25%.
It is not accurate. It's
Not
really
even.
hard when you're off grid.
So we ended up investing in the Toppergy water flow meter. So that hooks in after your water pump going to the rest of the van. So it counts every single litre that goes through. So when you fill up, you know you've got a 180 litre water tank. You put in 170, 180, whatever you like.
Well, that's where you use your water counter.
Yes,
Which is...
that's coming up next.
Yeah.
You put in how many litres you put in into that counter, and it tells you exactly how many litres you have left in your tank to the litre.
Yeah.
And
it beeps at you when you get down to the last 10 or 20 litres.
yes,
It'll beep, which is annoying, but every time you use the water, it reminds you, oh, you're running out of water.
that's it. And to this day, we have not run out of water yet.
No, it's really handy because I'll be sitting there and think, all right, we've got 4 days left off grid. I really want to wash my hair. I know because of the counter how much water that uses, and I can check and go, oh yeah, we've got enough disposable water, or
That's
actually no.
You got 50 litres left. It takes 10 litres to wash your hair. Still got 40 litres left for a couple of days. That's heaps.
Yeah, so it's very, very handy.
Yes, and then the next item was the water flow counter. So from Bunnings, we got a little water flow counter, which actually counts, same sort of setup as the Toppergy, how many litres go into the van. So you plug it into your hose as you're putting it into the van, and it tells you how many litres have been put into the van.
So we've got two 90-litre water tanks.
Yes.
So most people just go, okay, well, when I fill up, I have 180 litres of water, and they pop that into their Toppergy. But it doesn't always work like that.
So if your van is sitting out of level, so most of the time when you park up, the ground is not flat. So if your van is leaning one way or the other, you can either fill your tanks up to 100%, which is very rare, or it'll be leaning the opposite way and you'll only get 70 to 80% of the water in there before it starts coming out the overflow, because there's a big air bubble trapped on the high side.
Yeah, so we've had that happen where we missed out on 20 or so litres. Depending on how long we're going to be off grid is whether we fix that or not. Sometimes we just go, ugh, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's,
those times we'll just get the leveling ramp, stick it under the tyre that's low, and just lean it over, fill it up.
but if you're going off grid for a long time, it's good to know the exact amount of water you've put in your tank so you can tell your topology exactly how much it's counting.
Yes.
But yeah, they're kind of like in conjunction.
Yeah, they
Use
work
them
well
together.
together.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just guesstimating with the topology, which kind of almost defeats the purpose of it.
Yeah, it does.
But it's good for working out, you know, how much. If you are going off grid for long periods of time, when you're at a caravan park, take note of what your topology's saying you've got left. You know, just set it to whatever number. Run your washing machine, wash your hair, do things that use a lot of water, and then go and check how much water it's used, because then you know, oh, it takes 20 litres or 40 or 80 litres to do my washing, it takes this much to do my hair. It'll make your life a lot easier off grid to ration your water because you actually know what's being used.
Yes.
Anyway, so that was our 15, instead of 10, sorry, 15 items that are
Between $50 and $100.
between $50 and $100 that can help you. If any of those helped you, let us know. If you already had them, let us know. And if you have any other must-haves in that price range, pop them in the comments for everyone to read.
Jess is always looking for new things to put in the van.
And yeah, we will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.
See ya.